Welcome to Los Angeles, California, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are going to go ahead and open up with LA Knight, the brand new spanking World Heavyweight Champion. He's able to defeat Sami Zayn after cashing in his Money in the Bank. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Well, as you guys know, I was able to go ahead and finally become a world champion. Yeah. And I know Sami Zayn's going to be a bit frustrated, so if you want a rematch, I'll see you at Bash in Berlin. Well, LA Knight making this short and simple, slight little celebration, letting all those who didn't know already, it's kind of hard to not know already, but he was able to become World Heavyweight Champion in the main event of SummerSlam. Gunther defeated by Sami Zayn. Gunther is out for not too long, not as long as Jey Uso, who we still don't know when he'll return. Gunther maybe a month, maybe two at most, but shouldn't be as much. He is going to go ahead and take some time off, though, to recover, recharge, and come back better than ever. But Sami Zayn thought it was all butterflies and rainbows after the match, but he forgot. I forgot. Most of the WWE Universe had forgotten about LA Knight and his Money in the Bank briefcase, and with that, a championship match contract at any time. Sami Zayn was just about to celebrate where LA Knight came out of nowhere, cashed his title in, or cashed his Money in the Bank briefcase in, and ended up becoming the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. In his first title defense, if I'm correct, Sami Zayn already, well, technically second, because he was able to successfully defend against Gunther, but he's already out. Well, it wasn't because Sami Zayn did worse or did bad in a match. It was just, he was already weak from one. LA Knight cashed in at the right time, right moment, right place, and we have a brand new World Heavyweight Champion. We can go ahead and talk about all of that and more to come later. So we're going to go ahead and get the confirmation right here. LA Knight, he knew that Sami Zayn was going to want a rematch. And we do get the confirmation at Bash in Berlin. We will have Sami Zayn, LA Knight, World Heavyweight Championship on the line. LA Knight's first title defense. Now that Sami Zayn's going to be at 100%, no surprises. We'll have to see how that match goes. Sami Zayn is able to quickly become a two-time World Heavyweight Champion and able to end LA Knight's reign nice and early. Or if LA Knight's going to prove that just because he cashed in at a, weak point, a vulnerable moment for Sami Zayn, does not mean that he can't beat him at his best. That's to come at Bash in Berlin. But for now, we have the Speed Championship on the line. It was announced by Wesley that he would go ahead and have a championship match here against Chad Gable for the Speed Championship. Something we haven't seen defended here on the channel. Kind of due to the rules, it's hard to imply a time limit within matches here on 2K. So, or on the channel, whatever. Point is, we're going to go ahead and change up the rules for the channel. It is going to be an underground match. You can only win by knocking out your opponent, and I believe by submission as well. So just changing things up a little bit. Still a Speed Championship. Just having to change up the way that the match is done simply because of just the way things work on the channel. Fortunately, they don't have more match types to pick from. But it's whatever. We keep going. Chad Gable, the current WWE Speed Champion, was able to beat Dragon Lee to be able to become champion. I don't know, a long time ago, back when he was still El Grande Americano, where he originally ended up winning that Speed Championship as El Grande Americano. But then, afterwards, once he lost that mask, still carried on as the champion. Here it is. Here are the rules. No countouts, no pinfalls. The only way to win is by knockout, TKO, or submission. So it's a bit more of a brutal match, but opening up Monday Night Raw, we have Wesley from NXT fighting to potentially become the new WWE Speed Champion. On the other hand, we have Chad Gable, who has not defended this championship in quite some time. Not necessarily his fault. You could say it is the fault of the booker, not Booker T, but, well, the person booking these matches, as we had to find an alternative way for this, specific regulations of the Speed Championship to work, which at first, just Triple H basically said, can't do these specific regulations on the channel, we just won't defend it. But the fans want to see it, wrestlers want to fight for it, so we just changed the regulations in order to see it. We have Wesley, Chad Gable, WWE Speed Championship on the line. That could go ahead and be a crazy shocker for Wesley. I mean, Wesley is a phenomenal superstar, but if he goes ahead and beats Chad Gable, quickly becoming Speed champion, he wouldn't become the championship, he would become the champion. That would be such an incredible moment. A bit shocking, as definitely still the underdog in this match, but still possible, right? Apart from that, we look at the other side, Chad Gable. As much as he hasn't defended it, as much as these last couple of months within the WWE have been rough for him, dealing with the LWO, and Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, well, he had some wins there. He won a couple battles. But who won the war? The LWO, Dragon Lee. They won the war, breaking up American Made, beating up both physically and mentally all of American Made, but especially Chad Gable. So here tonight, maybe on the mental state, Chad Gable is a bit weak, lacking confidence, lacking motivation, but maybe that's exactly what he needs. This match right here is if he's able to get a victory here tonight for a championship. I mean, he is a WWE champion. Don't forget that, ladies and gentlemen. If he is able to get a nice little title defense going, then that may be just what he needs in order to start gaining some momentum, to start building up that mental state of his, to start gaining back that confidence, that motivation to show up to work and grind. And not just that, but go ahead and defend his championship all over the place. But before he does, slow down, slower pace. We still don't know what's going to happen. That is only predictions of what could happen if either outcome ends up happening. Right now, we are still yet to decide who will actually come out on top. We still have Chad Gable against Wesley. At the moment, I would say that Wesley has had potentially the slight advantage over Chad Gable, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily out. Chad Gable could go ahead and switch things around. He is looking to do that right here. Wesley trying to run away, is able to escape the hold right there, but dangerous look on Chad Gable right there as he is hit with the over-the-head kick, as I like to call it, the bicycle kick. And oh, look at that. Both men were trying to look for the same move. It was Wesley who was trying to copy Chad Gable's move, one of his signature moves. Just so happened that they both pulled it out at the same exact time. And we do see some blood right there from the face of Chad Gable. His face was wounded and cracked open after that bicycle kick of sorts, as now Wesley may look to put this match away. Unfortunately for him, it's not just about getting the 3 counts, which he could probably get right there. He needs to completely knock out Chad Gable. I mean, this is a brutal way to win your match. Sure, you can also go for the submission, but you can still escape from submissions. That's right there. Wesley able to do so. I think the right way to win this match is by knockout, assuring that there is no way that your opponent can escape, assuring that you won it at the fullest and completely defeated your opponent. So for whoever is going to end up getting the victory, I do hope they actually do it by knockout, as dangerous as it is, rather than submission. It just shows your brutality. It shows you're ready and hungry to either gain or keep this championship. So at the moment, it is still Wesley in control. Still the man with a bit more advantage. Unfortunately for him, Chad Gable trying to switch things around. Potentially a commentator's curse right there as well, as Chad Gable gonna go ahead and take off the straps. The man is gonna go ahead and turn up the volume, turn up the heat. Wesley has been in control, but now Chad Gable's going to go ahead and look to switch things around, looking for that signature move. Wesley, not only did he try to hit it earlier, he knows it quite well, is able to move out of the way right there. Wesley continues doing damage to Chad Gable, as Chad Gable is looking for a big kick of his own rather than a bicycle kick. It was kind of like a front flip kick, trying again, but Wesley just 2 steps ahead of Chad Gable, but still Chad Gable able to find a little bit of attack right there. Now a big opportunity for Chad Gable to switch things around. Once again, though, Wesley is able to go ahead and counter. Chad Gable still sending Wesley flying all the way to the edge of the ring. Of course, one of the big things, apart from knockouts, TKOs, and submissions, only way to win this, there are no ropes. It's a bit of a different style. There's fans around the ring. It's exciting for the fans, for the wrestlers, for the referees. It's a bit of a different experience, and oh my days! I believe this was the 3rd time was a charm that finally Chad Gable was able to hit the ankle lock. But just like that, a bloody Chad Gable has gone ahead and successfully defended his Speed Championship against Wesley, coming from NXT, trying to take gold back down. But Chad Gable, he may have lost multiple times to Dragon Lee in the LWO, taking some big damage tonight, but still, the Speed Champion. And like I said, maybe that's what he needs in order to build some momentum, some confidence, some motivation, is to get that victory here tonight. He did it, and we'll hope on the mental state that this helps out Chad Gable. But now, time to hear from Rusev. Let's go ahead and hear him out. So Sheamus, he wants to go ahead and call me out, tell me what to do, what not to do, tells me if I don't listen, we're gonna fight, we're gonna have a match in the ring. Well, Sheamus, I am no scared man. You know damn well I will fight you, I will break you, I will destroy you. So how about me and you next week? We face each other. And Rusev seems as though he does not want no tag, no work to be done with Sheamus. He don't want none of that. He don't want no help. He don't want... Get out of here, Sheamus. He is saying, you want to go ahead and boss me around? Yeah? Try this. Me and you next week. So it is confirmed that next week we will have Rusev versus the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. That's about to be a big, big match. Former friends. Both were part of the League of Nations alongside Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett. Alberto Del Rio. I know a lot of people don't like talking about him, but said his name. Who else was in that? League of Nations. Who? I feel like I'm missing someone. It was Rusev, Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, Wade Barrett. Maybe that was it. All 4. Point is, Sheamus, Rusev used to be part of the same team, part of the same faction, working so close together. Now, as Rusev returns, he says, returning from the abyss, he's not going to take no orders from Sheamus. He does not see him as a friend right now. He sees him as a threat to what his plan is, and then is saving others from falling into the abyss, which I have said multiple times is a beautiful plan. Unfortunately, the way he does it, I don't know if I can agree, but that's to come next week. We now move forward as we have one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez, accompanied by the other half, Liv Morgan, and here tonight. Oh my days, what a return! As Raquel Rodriguez is going to go ahead and face Nikki Bella, accompanied by her twin sister, Brie Bella. The Bella twins will be facing off against the Judgment Day for the Women's Tag Team Champions at the Women's Only PLE Evolution number 2. Talking about Evolution, later tonight we have a number 1 contenders match, Royal Rumble match, where the winner will go ahead and face off against Alexa Bliss for the Women's World Championship at Evolution. That's to come in the main event. But for now, A big return. Brie and Nikki Bella, of course, Brie's husband in a rival promotion, former world champion here, did some great things here. Now in a different promotion, but still part of our legacy, still part of our history. Triple H wants to fire me for saying that. Whatever. But here, he did some phenomenal things. Not always, but he had some great moments. Now moving to our next match of the night. We already had a phenomenal match with Chad Gable and Wesley. Now with a returning Nikki Bella. Let's go ahead and see if she has any ring rust. If she can go ahead and jump into this match and win. Or how things are going to go. Raquel Rodriguez is a straight powerhouse. And obviously has that physicality, that power, that body, the size over Nikki Bella. But what Nikki Bella has over Raquel Rodriguez is that experience. I mean, Nikki Bella... not alone, but did dominate the women's division a couple of years ago, right? Nikki Bella won, I believe, 2 Divas Championship. She held it twice, and also having the longest reigning Divas champion ever, 301 days. So, Nikki Bella has experience being at the top, being champion. And now she has returned alongside with her sister, trying to become tag team champion. Something that wasn't, available. And back when they were around, unfortunately. But now that it is, they are here looking, searching for gold. The Judgment Day have not found the true opponents that can really take them to their limits. There has been some moments where we may think, maybe the Judgment Day's reign is over, but no, time and time again, whether it's by cheating or simply being better than their opponents, they are able to go ahead and retain their championships. But maybe the team that can't beat them is a team that they don't know a lot about. See, Brie and Nikki, yes, they've had their tag team matches together before, but usually it was a lot of singles action, of course, as Nikki was 2-time world champion, so they did have their singles bit too, which means you don't have a lot to go off on for tag team matches. And plus, if they did have any tag team matches, this was over 6-7 years ago. So point is, it would be a very difficult match. It is going to be a very difficult match for both Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, but maybe I'm estimating the Bella Twins a little bit, because Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan are champions for a reason. Raquel Rodriguez trying to get on the attack. However, Nikki Bella going ahead and returning some damage back onto Raquel, who is countered, sent over the top rope, still holding on though. Is Nikki Bella going to go ahead and slam her back in, and showing off a little bit, saying that's a piece of cake. Brie Bella, of course, in her sister's corner, while Liv Morgan in Raquel's corner. So we have seen a little bit of Liv Morgan getting involved with the match. Brie Bella can go ahead and do the same, but she may not need to. As Nikki Bella, she may be able to put Raquel away. Oh, this could be a preview to what is to come at Evolution. Nikki Bella looking for the final nail in the coffin. No. Raquel Rodriguez is able to escape that hold. Now Liv Morgan sending in a sledgehammer into the ring. Luckily, the referee sees that nice and quickly. Gonna go ahead and clear the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, ref. We gotta be a lot faster. Even with that little stoppage, that little delay of counting, Nikki Bella still able to get the victory here tonight over Raquel Rodriguez. Like I said, maybe this is a glimpse of what is to come at Evolution. So here tonight, Nikki Bella able to put away Raquel Rodriguez, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. We will see the Bella Twins and the Judgment Day face off for those titles at Evolution. Women's only PLE. That to come later. So for now, we're going to go ahead and focus on another big match. Another match that will decide another match for Evolution. This is a #1 contenders match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyrie, former champion, the inaugural champion of this Women's Intercontinental Championship, facing off against Bayley. Once good friends. Heck, they were about to have a WrestleMania match together. Bayley got anonymously attacked as a backup. Lyra brought it back Becky Lynch. They won the titles, lost them the next day. Becky showed her true side and announced it was I who attacked Bayley. It was a whole mess, and at Backlash, triple threat match for the IC title, as Bayley was very pissed off at Lyra, not only for bringing Becky back, but basically betraying her, not waiting to have a different championship match once Bayley was ready. No, going straight for the replacement. Well, she was frustrated. They went into a triple threat match, and that's where Becky was able to win the Intercontinental Championship. Since then, Becky has had title defense after title defense and has still been your Intercontinental Champion over 110 days now. The only champion that has lasted for that long, in fact a little longer, is John Cena. So, just to show the talent, the skill, the level of Becky Lynch, and just how much she's been able to do with the Women's Intercontinental Championship, not only rising its value, but also not allowing any weak links to get a shot at the title. As oh my days, Bayley was just headed to the ring. Lyra Valkyrie, she had her moment to walk out like nothing, but when it was Bayley's turn, she said, "Nuh-uh. You want to hate me? I'll hate you too." As she attacks Bayley before the match with a kendo stick, doing big damage before this #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. I was yapping a lot, but to summarize everything, winner will go ahead and face Becky Lynch at Evolution for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. These feuds, this not even love triangle, this hate triangle has been going on since WrestleMania. So quite a long time, as we are getting closer and closer to the end of the year. Hopefully we can soon put this away, but no, it keeps going. Well, we'll be able to see at least potentially one end of the story here between Lyra and Bayley, as we will go ahead and decide a winner between them two, as well as a #1 contender, and hopefully that will be enough to end the shenanigans between them both, and whoever comes out of Evolution, hopefully that will also put an end between Becky and the winner and just ending this. But if there's one thing I know about WWE wrestlers, is they are very stubborn. Lyra Valkyrie may be able to become the #1 contender. Bayley able to kick out at 2 even after being attacked before the match started. Still able to kick out right there. Lyra was trying to put an end to this. No, instead it may be Bayley who might be able to put the match away, but instead of looking for the pinfall, she starts talking crap. This allows Lyra to be able to get up a little bit. Still though, it is Bayley in control, who sends Lyra over the top ropes. You know what else you have to do in order to eliminate someone in a Royal Rumble? Send them over the top ropes. Royal Rumble in our main event. I believe it's 10 superstars, female superstars, battling it out with the winner of this Royal Rumble, going ahead and facing Alexa Bliss for the Women's World Championship at Evolution, the women's only PLE. But for now, we have a different #1 contenders match again. As I've said, for the Women's Intercontinental Champion, winner of this match will go ahead and face Becky Lynch at Evolution for the Women's IC Championship. Lyra has already had her time, her moments with the Intercontinental Championship, so maybe. And wait, apart from that, she's also already had a rematch. So that's, more than enough time to, be champion, try to become champion. Bayley has had an opportunity as well, but she hasn't been champion, which means maybe if we want to defeat Becky, it is time for Bayley to get in control, and she may do that. Oh my days. Kick out at 2 from Lyra Valkyrie. I am surprised. I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm making lesser of Bayley, but I really am surprised that she is still able to fight this hard and be in control even after being attacked during her introduction into the ring before the match even started. I'm not saying that Bayley can't handle, some hits, that she's weak. Just saying that takes a big toll onto your body. It wastes a lot of energy. Bayley's still been able to do very good. However, Lyra, who has taken a lot less damage may be able to go ahead and put the match to end right here and become the number one contender to Becky Lynch's Intercontinental Championship. This may be it. Bayley may be out. 1, 2. No, Bayley. She is still in this match, able to kick out at 2. Lyra not going to allow her to even catch her breath. Lyra's going to go ahead and continue the attack. A big leg drop onto Bayley. Now grabbing Bayley, looking to, well, not sure what she was looking to do because she is countered. Instead, it is Lyra being sent straight into the steel steps. Now Bayley, she's going to look to fly right here. Oh my days, big damage over the turnbuckle, over the post, over the steel steps, and right onto the body of Lyra Valkyrie. Bayley is a tough lady. Even after all that damage within the ring, outside of the ring, before the match started, it does not matter because she is still in this match and she wants to go ahead and put this rivalry to end. She wants to put Lyra Valkyrie away with the submission hold. Can she make Lyra Valkyrie tap and become the number one contender to the Women's Intercontinental Championship? Can she do it? No, Lyra Valkyrie able to escape. Big right hook straight to the face of Bayley. Bayley's going to go ahead and respond with a big smack back. And now we have some back and forth action between these two ladies, battling it out for the number one contendership to the Women's Intercontinental Championship. As I've said a couple of times, the winner will go ahead and face Becky Lynch at the women's only PLE Evolution. And at the moment, it is Lyra Valkyrie who may be able to put this match away, put this rivalry to rest, and end this once and for all. Bayley held on for quite some time, maybe longer than she should have. But Lyra going for a second slam just to make things safe and sound, not allowing Bayley to kick out. 1, 2, 3, there it is. Lyra Valkyrie is your number one contender to the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And she will face Becky Lynch at Evolution for that title. A chance for her to become the first ever 2-time Intercontinental Champion. A time and an opportunity for her to regain the title that she lost to Becky. That to come at Evolution. For now, celebration begins. Congratulations to Lyra Valkyrie. Alright, next up we have some gold on the line, some tag team action as Fraxium, the current World Tag Team Champions, will go ahead and put their titles on the line. These guys have been defending their titles like crazy. Defended their titles in a big match. It was New Day versus the War Raiders versus Fraxium. They retained, then they gave the New Day, even if they didn't deserve it or earn it, their rematch with only them two being the tag team. Now the War Raiders are going to go ahead and get opportunity of their own without having to worry about a third tag team within the match. So here tonight in the co-main event, we have Fraxium, the current World Tag Team Champions, facing off against Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders. An opportunity to become World Tag Team Champions once again, losing these titles at WrestleMania against the New Day. Then the New Day would eventually go on to lose them to Fraxium. Since then, Fraxium has been really enlightening and reviving the tag team division here on Monday Night Raw. Now, apart from these teams, I mean, there are so much more tag teams now within this division. We have the LWO, we have the Creed Brothers, the Lost Souls, we have the Shadow Riders. I mean, we have a lot of tag teams within this division, and it's truly incredible to be able to revive a division which fell almost dead, wasteless, having no true value. But here tonight in the co-main event, Fraxium, that being Nathan Frazier and Axiom, the World Tag Team Champions, will go ahead and put their titles on the line once again, this being the third title defense of their current title reign. And still to come in the main event is going to be that Royal Rumble. I almost said Battle Royal. Royal Rumble, where the winner will go ahead and become the new number one contender to the Women's World Championship, and will go ahead and face against Alexa Bliss at Evolution for that championship. I've already confirmed that Lyra Valkyrie will go ahead and face off against Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We know the Judgment Day will face off against the Bello Twins for the Women's Tag Team Championships. So in the main event, go ahead and confirm one more match. The said titles that will be defended at Evolution, we wish we could, go ahead and defend all women's titles, including the ones at TNA and whatnot, but as far as I know, it'll be the Women's Intercontinental, United States, both the WWE and World Championships, so those four, as well as the Tag Team Championships. Basically, all the women's titles on the main roster. And then from NXT, I believe just the NXT Championship, so that is missing out on the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, the TNA Knockouts World Championship, currently held by a NXT superstar. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to think. The Speed Championship, Evolve. There's a lot other championships that we wish we could put on here, but fortunately, there's not enough space for everyone. So, as far as I know, it will be every single title, Women's Championship on the main roster. And then the other one from NXT being the NXT Women's Championship. But that to come later at Evolution. We will find out the challengers. That's the word. Oh, blanking a little bit. We will find out the challengers for all those titles as the days go on. But for now, we go ahead and focus on this match. Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders, facing the current World Tag Team Champions, Fraxium. Those championships on the line. Who will be able to come out on top? Will we be able to say and new or and still at the end of this match? Let's go ahead and find out, as it is Eric and Axiom who go ahead and start this match off for us. Axiom and Nathan Frazier, as I said before, have completely revived this tag team division here on Raw. And not only have they given it life, they have shown a new connection, a new sense of chemistry, which, I mean, we've seen with the likes of the New Day when they were in the prime, the Usos, the Hardys, with the Dudley Boys. We see these big connections where it's more than just a tag team. It's almost like a mini family of two. It's right there. We do see Eric kicking out at 2, which is really great to see from a tag team which is so young and both age and just being a tag team in general. Definitely, arguably, one of the greatest NXT tag teams of all time. Definitely, while they were champions in this last reign, they were not only the best because they were champions. They were just incredible in this last title reign with the NXT championships, tag team championships, and that was enough for Adam Pearce to say, I want them to sign with Raw. And they were brought in and quickly worked their magic here on Raw 2. Fast-paced, incredible chemistry and IQ, knowing when to tag each other in and out. A phenomenal team. But of course, on the other hand, Eric, Ivar, former champions, they have a bit more experience as a tag team. They have, you could say, a little bit more going on with them, as in the sense that they're more developed. They have more wisdom. They have that maturity compared to Nathan Frazier and Axiom, which could go ahead and give them the advantage. But we'll have to see. As we've said it, Nathan Frazier and Axiom have already successfully defended their championships twice. Once against both the New Day and the War Raiders. So already beating them once. Also beat them, I believe, if I'm correct, in the #1 Contenders Tag Team Tournament. Already beat the New Day twice, both in that 3 tag team match and what's it called? Well, a single tag team match. Holy, my brain is blanking here. Oh, excuse me, it's been a long one. It's been a long day. Point is, they have been doing very good. It's going to be very difficult for them to lose their championships here tonight, but I could go ahead and hear out both sides of who's going to become champion and why they think so. I could definitely hear out both sides confidently and agree and disagree with both because they both have their pros and cons. Well, at the moment, it's going to go ahead and be Eric, who was looking for the tag to Ivar. Axiom, a little too fast for Eric. We did talk about the speed and their agility, and they're showing it right there as Axiom goes ahead and sends Eric straight into the turnbuckle, dropping him down. Now Axiom gonna look to climb the top ropes, looking to fly a nice little elbow drop straight onto the body of Eric, who has taken a big toll on his body. Lots of damage. Eric, he desperately is searching for a tag in order to keep the War Raiders alive in this match. Nathan Frazier and Axiom have been able to tag each other in and out very comfortably. Has a big kick by Axiom, and he may be able to go ahead and look for the pinfall here. He doesn't, instead tagging in Nathan Frazier, allowing him to go ahead and deal a little bit of damage of himself, or for himself, as Nathan Frazier going to go ahead and grab Eric. Unfortunately for him, Eric is finally able to counter right here. Instead of looking for damage, I would look for a tag because Eric has been beat up trying to do something here. Instead, he is countered. He counters as well. Nathan Frazier moving out of the way right there, countering now, grabbing Eric, sending him into the turnbuckle and slamming down as he now crawls, trying to look for the tag on Ivar, but no! Nathan Frazier instead with the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and oh my days, what an easy victory. I hate to say it, but Fraxium have just walked the park with not even the War Raiders, specifically Eric, as Ivar was desperately searching for that tag, was not able to get it, and just like that, Fraxium are still the World Tag Team Champions here tonight. A very successful title defense. Third one of this title reign. A young tag team looking to shake up the whole roster and show them why they dominated NXT, and now doing the same here on Monday Night Raw, as it is now time for the main event of the night. Of course, this is the Royal Rumble. In order to be eliminated, you have to send your opponents over the top ropes. Last person inside of the ring left alone will go ahead and crown themselves the #1 contender to Alexa Bliss Women's World Championship, and will go ahead and face her for that title at the Women's Only PLE Evolution. Let's go ahead and see who will take up the #1 spot here in Alexa Bliss's Royal Rumble, and it is going to go ahead and be Shayna Baszler. That is a heck of a way to go ahead and start off this match. She dominated NXT, has not been able to quite find her foot here on the main roster, apart from some tag team action with Ronda Rousey. To be, honest, she hasn't met the expectations and the heights that a lot of people thought she would. She was, again, able to dominate NXT, not able to do the same, but she still has a lot of time on her hands. She still has time to go ahead and switch things around before it's too late, before you can go ahead and say it's wasted potential or whatnot. And that could go ahead and start tonight if she is able to go ahead and become the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship, face Alexa Bliss, and potentially become a world champion at Evolution. Now, who are we going to see in the #2 spot in order for us to be able to start off this match? Shayna Baszler being #1, and it seems as #2 is going to go ahead and be former Women's World Champion Io Sky, the woman who lost that championship to Alexa Bliss, giving Alexa Bliss, I believe, her 6th World Championship. Io Sky been trying to, recover that title. She had a rematch, failed. Had a #1 contenders match, lost against Rhea Ripley, but Rhea Ripley also failed, so hoping to see her in this match as well. But this is going to be our #1 and #2 spot in Alexa Bliss's Royal Rumble. And very quickly, it is going to be difficult to say who's going to win this. I don't know. I have not been told. I don't think there's a list of the 10 superstars. I believe it's 10. that are in here. As far as I think, and I've heard, a lot of speculation, there's 10 female superstars in this match. We're going to have to go ahead and find out all together who those 10 are and who wins. And we have now officially begun Alexa Bliss's very special Royal Rumble. Again, based on speculation, things I heard, I believe there are 10 contestants. Again, I wasn't really told much about this. I don't know who the 10 contestants are. I don't know if it even is 10 or if it's more. Like I said, we will find out together, as in 5 seconds we will go ahead and find out who the third superstar inside of this Royal Rumble is going to go ahead and be, and it is Nia Jax, a new face back here on Raw. Not too long ago, faced off against Io Sky and was able to get the victory. Now she is here at the Royal Rumble, a very different Royal Rumble than what we're used to. The real Royal Rumble that we're used to, that's coming till January, but still, maybe a bit of a preview to what could happen at the Women's Royal Rumble later in, well, not this year, till next year, but whatever. Nia Jax, Io Sky, Shayna Baszler gonna go ahead and be joined up with Fabi Apache. Oh my days, what a surprise. This is La Reina de Reinas champion over in AAA. If I'm correct, which I believe I am, basically the equivalent of a women's world champion over in AAA. The biggest prize there is to win for the woman over AAA. Fabi Apache looking to become a double champion potentially. That's another disappointment that we will not be seeing Fabi Apache defend her Reina de Reinas championship at Evolution, but that surely will be defended at Saturday Night's Carnage. And there it is, Mommy Rhea Ripley. A lot of people who, even though they didn't know she would be in this match, named her as the favorite to win this. They have been trying to just motivate Rhea Ripley as much as possible in order for her to be able to gain back her Women's World Championship. She lost right before WrestleMania earlier this year to Io Sky, and then Io Sky would go ahead and lose it. Slowly but surely, this ring is starting to get full. No one eliminated just yet. As next up, we're going to have the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez. She's going to go ahead and have a chance to shine here in this Royal Rumble. She has officially beaten Jada Parker. She has sent her back down to NXT. A great match, no-holds-barred match at Saturday night's main event. Now here tonight's an opportunity to instantly go fight for the Women's World Championship. Again, this ring is slowly but surely getting full, and as it does get full, do want to apologize if I miss any of the action, if I'm stumbling, because I'm trying to keep up with all the action. As entry number 7, Kairi Sane is here. Part of the Kabuki Warriors, part of Damage Control, alongside Asuka with the Kabuki Warriors. They failed to become Women's Tag Team Champions not too long ago. And apart from that, both her and Asuka have also searched singles gold, with Asuka trying to search for that Women's Intercontinental Championship, failing to do so, even if it was by Becky Lynch cheating. Point is, they've lost a lot of matches where they could have became champions. Now number 8, oh, another new face here to Monday Night Raw. We have seen her a little bit more than Nia Jax as of late. Stephanie Vaquer, the first ever female superstar to hold both the Women's NXT Championship and the Women's North American Championship down at NXT. And quickly, she may be eliminated. As Kairi Sane teaming up right there, I believe, with Raw Fabi Apache, trying to eliminate Stephanie Vaquer, being the first superstar to be eliminated if she did. However, she's able to confirm her stay for just a little longer. Now fighting back against Fabi Apache. Good to see Stephanie Vaquer. She joined Monday Night Raw by helping Roxanne Perez, and through some good showmans, or through just basically good performance, and just seeing what she had already done down at NXT's. Basically, Adam Pearce said, "You've done all you could down there. Hey, it is time you move up to the main roster, and we have been able to get her, and we are also able to get our first elimination. Io Sky was entry number 2, and she has now been eliminated, has just lost her opportunity. Nia Jax will accompany her, as both those women now have no chance of being Alexa Bliss's number 1 contenders. Now, only superstars that remain was number 1 entry, Shayna Baszler. Number 4, Fabi Apache. Then Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Kairi Sane, and Stephanie Vaquer. 2 superstars already eliminated, and Nia Jax and Io Sky, and I believe we still have more to come. 8, 9, and 10, and oh, Shayna Baszler. She was the number 1 entry, but she has now also been eliminated. 5 left, but we are about to have a new superstar join them. It is Asuka. Oh, things may get tricky here, as Fabi Apache has just been eliminated. And I say things may get tricky because Asuka, Kairi Sane, as much as they are tag team, they are part of Damage Control, they both want the gold. Could have caused some conflictions, but if I'm correct, we are going to go ahead and see our final contestant come out in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. AJ Lee! What? AJ Lee has returned to the WWE. We have not seen her in such a long time. Earlier today, we saw Nikki Bella, Brie Bella. We saw some Divas action. And now we are able to see AJ Lee, such a dominant woman, back during the Divas era in WWE. And I thought her time with wrestling, I thought her time with WWE was over. But no, AJ Lee has returned. She had multiple reigns with the WWE Divas Championship, holding the title for a record-tying 3 times, a combined of over 400 days. And we thought she had retired in 2015. But AJ Lee has returned. Never say never with the WWE. We've seen CM Punk, AJ Lee's husband, return. And now she follows in the footsteps here, trying to become the number 1 contender. And what an opportunity for all these women, Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, Roxanne, to be able to face against such a legend. Especially, I would say, Roxanne Perez. As we do know, she is a huge fan of AJ Lee here tonight, though she cannot show any mercy. As much as they love each other, they've had their moments already outside of the wrestling ring as friends. AJ Lee, of course, being not only a mentor, but a huge inspiration to Roxanne Perez. So, I mean, if you want to perform at a great level, why not do it with your idol, with your mentor right in front of you, Roxanne? You know, thanking AJ Lee for a lot of the stuff she learned, a lot of the reasons that she even got into wrestling. Now here tonight, she has that opportunity to face her. AJ Lee, Kairi Sane, Roxanne Perez are the final 3 superstars in this match, as Rhea Ripley had been eliminated right there. Still so shocked that AJ Lee has returned, and just because she's helped Roxanne get here does not mean she's going to go ahead and show mercy now. She wants to go ahead and become the number 1 contender to Alexa Bliss's Women's World Championship. And oh my days, I know I just said it, but what a return. The number 10 entry, AJ Lee, has returned to the WWE. Fans are going crazy here in the arena. The fans are going crazy over on social media. AJ Lee, hashtag AJ Lee is trending on X right now. What a freaking return. As Kairi Sane may be eliminated right here. Roxanne Perez just watching as AJ Lee doing her work. Roxanne almost admiring AJ Lee and her work right now. She desperately is fighting to try to eliminate Kairi Sane and Roxanne Perez. At least we can say that she's not going to allow her, being a fangirl to cost her this match. This is a big opportunity for Roxanne Perez. She does not want to throw this away. Very smart for her. And she is kind of bleeding right there. Well, I will say this match has been a lot cleaner than I expected. I did expect a lot more blood so far. As I seen, only Roxanne Perez is now. It's AJ just watching Roxanne Perez and Kairi Sane go at it. Roxanne Perez sent over the top ropes, barely hanging on. Maybe could have been eliminated right there, but Kairi Sane interrupted AJ Lee, which allowed Roxanne Perez to go ahead and get back in. But now Kairi Sane has been eliminated, and now it is the past versus the future, battling it out here in the present to see who will go ahead and face Alexa Bliss for her Women's World Championship at Evolution. The women's only PLE. Will it be AJ Lee, or will it be Roxanne Perez, who will have to eliminate the woman she basically started wrestling because of? AJ Lee sends Roxanne over the top ropes, and in her return, AJ Lee has won the Royal Rumble, and she will face Alexa Bliss for the Women's World Championship. What a way to return. Thank you for coming back, AJ Lee. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, enjoyed this return. I surely am so happy. We'll see you all next time.